Verse 6, But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. This is speaking of the massive chariot that Yahushua is going to return in. Verse 7, But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. He couldn't see the ends of the chariot. It was that big. Just think about the UFO in Independence Day. It was miles wide. It nearly blocked out the sun. Verse 8, After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together in the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of decisions in the Middle East for the Battle of Armageddon, NATO, as well as Russia and China and all them, to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Once this great mountain of a chariot shows up, these nations are going to stop fighting each other and start to fight the chariot of Yahushua, and the Most High is going to have to put the Spirit on them to fight him because they're going to be afraid. Verse 9, And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. These puny weapons of the heathens are going to be nothing to Yahushua. He's going to scoff at it. Verse 10, But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, the chariot firing that concentrated heat, those so-called laser beams, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. If you're a soldier that finds himself facing this great mountain, you better come to terms with your life, because that's going to be the end of it. And where it says, but only dust and smell of smoke, think of that scene in that movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, when that concentrated heat or those laser beams hit the people, they just turned into a puff of smoke. So brothers, with this video, I hope you were edified. With each passing day, we're getting closer and closer to Yahushua returning and saving the elect. So let's pray and do this work as hard as we can to make sure we're up that number. And as always, I'm going to say Abba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Until next time, Shalom.